I don't feel as though it's the best we need to answer the concern that we've been having.
After months of pressure from teachers and the public, masks are being mandated at BC schools. But it's only for middle and high schools. And once a student sits down at their desk, they're free to take it off. The finer details of the new mask requirements have some parents and teachers shaking their heads.
It does feel a little bit performative, but I can understand if you aren't familiar with the classroom environment, you may not understand how many factors go into us for asking for a mask mandate during class.
Surrey High School teacher Ashley McKenzie was happy to hear the announcement Thursday. But when she looked a little closer, she thinks some of the details are unreasonable.
If the mandate now is that secondary students need to wear masks in the classroom unless they're at their desks, it assumes that they are constantly facing forward, that they never turn to look at their peers, that they don't converse, which isn't the reality of a classroom environment.
Well, we are glad to see some movement on the issue, that's for sure. In our mind, it doesn't go far enough.
Julia McRae is the vice president of the Surrey Teachers Association. She agrees with McKenzie, and she says she's also confused about the decision to mandate masks in middle schools, but not in elementary.
We don't have middle schools in Surrey, so there'll be inconsistencies even across the Lower Mainland, whereas in Coquitlam, which is right near here, also in the same health authority, they do have middle schools, so the rules will be slightly different.
Maple Ridge parent Katie Clunn has 2 elementary-aged kids currently learning remotely. She says it would take a lot more for her to let her children go back to the classroom.
At the very minimum, I would start to consider it if people were masked in their class. I've asked about their classroom specifically because they were assigned to homerooms, and only 4 or 5 students are actively participating in masks. So that's not a good enough number for me to feel like I am okay with them going yet.
For McKenzie, she says the vast majority of her students and colleagues already wear masks, but she sympathizes with other districts where it's not as common practice and worries the new restrictions will simply not do enough.
There's so much that goes on in a classroom that the constant taking it on and like putting it on and taking it off, that just involves touching their mask, touching their face even more often. So I'm not sure how much this actually improves the health and safety of anybody.
In New Westminster, Ashley Burr, City News.